Hey everybody, welcome back to Omega Zone Gaming, and tonight is the full review for .hack G U Last Recode. So .hack GU was made by CyberConnect 2, also known as CC Corp, also plays a part in the universe, back in 2007. It was a follow-up to the marginally successful .hack games, and it took a lot of those faults and repaired them. The big ones being, well, first, realistically, questing and then combat. Whereas combat took place in the same zone and was slower in the original .hack games, they improved that in this game tenfold by separating it into a zone completely. So, does all that elevate it to a good game? Well, let's find out. So, story. The story is you are Hiseo, a PKK, or player killer who is trying to hunt down a PK known as Tri-Edge, who PK'd one of your friends and subconsciously, and in the process, God, I don't know why I couldn't say that word tonight, but I'll leave that in there just for humor. But in the process, that puts her into a coma. After getting some information on Tri-Edge, you run into him, he PKs you, and upon doing so, reverts you back to level 1, and you have to start over again to still enact your revenge. The story is still as good as it ever was. It is an amazing story. It is full of emotion. It is full of draw. It is full of intrigue. It is a 5 out of 5 story. Okay, on to graphics. This was a mid-cycle PS2 game, and it has that look, even remastered. And yes, the remaster did do a lot. Able to tell a lot of the features of the world now, newer lighting. It did a lot, but even so, there's not a lot they could do with it being a remastered of a PS2 Air game. But for what they did do, it is one of the better remasters. If I had to say one negative, and I get it might be because they couldn't get actors to come in and do it and reshoot those scenes. Cutscenes still have this awkwardness where there's no lip movement, which is really weird because other cutscenes will have lip movement. It's a strange duality. You'll go through some cutscenes with no lip movement whatsoever, and then you'll have expressive anime lip movement the next time. But I still think the graphics hold out pretty well and still play to the charm of the game. A 4 out of 5 in the graphical department. Now on to audio. The audio is insane. Everything from, combat-based music to the City of Makanu's calming, peaceful music. Elevated even higher by the fact that you can unlock this soundtrack throughout the game and put it into the actual home screen of the game. Or the desktop of the character, I should say. And that is something that's amazing. So for me, between the voice acting of Yuri Yothel, Johnny Young Bosch, and several other notable actors, and that's just English. I haven't even played in Japanese to know their voice acting and how it works. It is top tier audio. Even the weapons sound really good in play to helping immerse you. 5 out of 5 in the audio department. Okay, so let's talk gameplay, because this is where it gets interesting. So we're going to go into logout mode real quick. So, the way this game works is it's a single-player game that takes place in an MMO universe. So when you first log into the game, you'll have your icon to log into the world. You'll have your mail station, where people can send you mail. You can get mail from CC Corp, stuff like that. You can also send off these cards that ask people questions. Let's send one to Kuhn. And we'll send a hello to Gaspar. And they'll eventually email you back. There's also news capture, which when you go in it, it'll give more back lore to the world and the universe within this. Some of those are movies, some of them are reading. And then there's Online Jack, which is a sort of investigative thing that is showing what's going on in the real world while you're in the virtual world. You have community forums. These are where people post, questions, dungeons, mobs, stuff about mobs. You get keywords from there, so on and so forth. Crimson Versus, which isn't up yet. It becomes a card game that plays itself. News, rumors, and Apaku. Apaku you go into, and that lets you get drawings and stuff, which you can then go to. Well, Crimson Versus is not up yet. It'll reject it. Watch. Yeah, it'll say air, but that's how you get to it. You have a movie player where you can watch previous cutscenes that you unlock throughout the game. And then you have an accessories tab. This lets you set BGMs. So let's change mine. I like Peril and Truth, but see, that's Cave, Regular Battle, Canard, You Noob. So there are a lot of ones that they allow you to use. Then there is backgrounds, which you can set art. I have a sales second form, but let's go for Haseo and Natalie real quick, just show it off. So there's that. I was also talking about artwork. So probably gonna keep the fade. I got that off the Paku site, and that's PK Haseo. It's a rough drawing, so it's like the real world coming into the fictional world of the universe. You have your data manager for saving games, but let's go ahead and log back in. Okay, so you have your login, your official site, which gives you official news from the world. You can get a whole history of the game, the races, factions, all that stuff. Oop. Meant to go down one. Official forum, which is a forum officially executed by the world and this universe. And then log in and quit. So we'll log in. So inside here you have your standard menu, items, skills, equipment, customize, skill trigger, status, and questing, and awakening. Awakening, strategy, and memoir really don't play much right now, aside from, knowing what you might be doing for memoir. Party, of course, it lets you call in people. We'll call in Adelie Syllabus before we go to the field. Items shows a list of your items. Skills, a list of your unlocked skills. Equipment, the equipment you're currently using. Customize, you can equip special skills. Skill trigger is your actual attack skills. Status just, of course, shows your statuses. Okay, so Now let's go to this Wart Menu. So there's multiple things. There's bookmark, which has bookmarked words you picked up from playing the game. Area word, which lets you create your own areas out of combining the words. Let's say creeping. In fact, let's say lazy friends Camilla. Now if I were to put that in, it would take me into that area. There's also random warp records, which shows what you've been doing. 2 towns if you've unlocked multiple towns like I have. So we'll take up the bookmark that we just got. We'll go there. So there's usually not this much fog. I don't know what's going on in this area. I don't do a lot of the area word questing. Hopefully we get to fight something this one. It's another thing. On certain cutscenes, you don't get any voice acting because they're minimalistic monster characters or something. Okay. So you go into this mock fake hybrid action tactical combat zone. You can choose tactical key attacks like I just did. And when you win, if I wasn't already at level 50, you would get experience. Very basic, but very rewarding combat. And so that was just a small little quest. Also, there's another thing here. These are Chimp Chimps. So you can basically kick them and it'll get you Chimp Chimp orbs. Chimp Chimp orbs unlock doors, steam pipes, and other things to help you. There's also a quest revolving around this thing called Mecha Grunty where you feed them these orbs. I recommend doing it, if nothing else, just for the laughs. So overall, what do I think of the gameplay? Oh, and there's a ranking system too. I forgot about that. God. But overall, gameplay is a 5 out of 5. I do recommend this game. I give it a 5 out of 5. It is one of my favorite PS2 era games. And even remastered, especially Volume 4, is well worth its $40 price of admission. But more importantly, I want to see Dot Hack come back as a franchise. And I feel the only way we're going to do that is if we support GU. Dot Hack had such a brilliant premise at the time, and it worked really well. There have been other things that have copied it since, such as Sword Art Online, but that's neither here nor there. Because I like the SAO games too. I have them, I play them. But this game does something solely unique, and I love it for that. Its atmosphere, its world, its characters, its voice actors, everything about this game is great. And we should tell Bandai we want more of these types of experiences. Let CyberConnect stop making Naruto games that have been the same formula for 5 years and let them get back to this kind of stuff. So I'll be back later this week with an Omega Zone quick review of Mario Odyssey, a Star Ocean 4 The Last Hope 4K review, and maybe a couple other surprises. Until then, this is Omega Zone Gaming. Like if you like, subscribe if you want. Hit that little notification bell to keep up to date. And as always, I am out.